Friends, it's my pleasure and I'm thankful to Dr. Sharma for giving me this opportunity to talk to you on this very important topic of city beautification projects. Uh, because I'm talking from Chandigarh at the moment, so I think I will more depend upon Chandigarh itself and then other cities which I have tried to study in details and plan for these cities on in this direction. Now we'll go like this: introduction, beautification of the city, case studies, roadside amenities, traffic management, traffic control devices, parking management, conclusions and references. Now I will start with the city which well known, Nanded. Pilgrimage center, one of the 5-6 cities is located here. Famous Gurdwara at Nanded and all that, and all the details. But why am I talking about this city? Because I was invited to do a talk on beautification of Nanded city. So then I thought, what will I talk about beautification of any city? Beautification, when we say beautification, I mean, how you define beauty itself is very difficult thing. So then I asked these people and particularly ladies, because how you define beauty? Or anybody will say beauty is the eyes of the beholder when they started wearing that. But then whatever this city should become really livable. Livable city, walkable city, and really beautiful city so that people can enjoy a good quality of life. That is the purpose of any city beautification project. This is Nanded city, and it's on Godavari river, and this is to be planned. It's sort of a radial structure and all that. Now, when I visited this, when I was to give a talk in Mahatma Gandhi Mission College of Engineering, and before that I visited the city, and then I found that there are no trees in the city at all. Then that is the point. I can start from there. See, and then of course I had also studied the transportation point of view, how easy it is to move around the city. So that's why I thought of studying, went all the junctions and the links and all that, and found that it is really congested city. So in any city of the world, there will be 5-6 problems of transportation, right, particularly with respect to movement, maybe congestion, pollution, parking, safety, security, energy consumption, technology and all that. So those things one has to improve upon so that the city becomes really livable. So then I will talk about further I mean, I immediately told them, come out with a plantation of trees, and that you have to design in a manner that you get flowering trees or fruit trees in all the seasons. So like we have done in Chandigarh, that is the color scheme designed, Dr. Randhawa designed the color scheme of the trees in the city, so that in all the season you can get flowers, and these should be very hygienic and like that sort of thing. So then I said, okay, planting trees, that is one on the roadside, then provide good footpaths, then maybe flowering beds, and then you have benches on the side and umbrellas so that people can sit under the shade and all that, and then only it will become beautiful. And of course, whenever we are making this thing like this, and of course you have to put junctions and links and all that, and typically so this type of thing one has to do that, and afterwards you have to enforce it. Which every city in India we cannot enforce it, so we have to really enforce it. That's, I think, I give a credit to Chandigarh. I mean, so far they have been enforcing all these things, and then no urban development or anything like slums coming up, that is checked at least, and they are moved to outside the city and again further and further like that. So these enforcement measures are very. I mean talk further in detail about Chandigarh. I'll give what are these further. No, Chandigarh itself, the city beautiful. When you go to Google and put, the city beautiful, you come to Chandigarh. Now, Chandigarh, of course, is the capital of the two states, Punjab and Haryana. And Luke Abuze produced a plan for Chandigarh. He designed it as a organic city. When he came here, he said that I want to really design as a human being, that is with the head, arms, feet, and tummy and all that, so that it can really survive sustainable like that. So he put head as the capital complex, arms maybe, and then Vidyapath and like that. The industrial area became the feet of this one, so that and then definitely when we put any industry anywhere, afterwards it gets polluted. So in between industrial area and the city, he provided four rows of mango trees, beautiful mango trees, and very small stature, height of this one, and so that the pollution from the industrial area will not come to the city. So this type of thing one has to do. Then planning of this, the city, he divided into sectors, and these sectors are really, every sector is a walkable type of sector. That is, it's half mile by 3 by 4 mile. That is the size of the city, so that it becomes, and all amenities, day-to-day use of the facilities are provided within the sector. Of course, there are other beautification things like rock garden and IT park and other things. These are provided. Those are for further attraction. Maybe rose garden, rock garden, all these things are provided. And like that. Now, if you see any sector, this is, as I said, 8 half mile by or 800 meters by 1200 meters sector. And this sector is very specially provided in the sense that no house is facing the fast road. Fast road is around the sector. Okay, and then it is to be seen that no house will be facing the main road. And then of course he provided 7 different types of roads in the city, starting from Vine 1 to Vine 7, V1 to V7, and then and the last one, V7, will be the bicycle track which he provided from the secretariat going through the leisure valleys and down to the south. So that type of thing is provided without any interference with the traffic. Again, all these type of things, 7 different types of roads he provided. And even see, because this Luc Corbusier was a French architect, and so they don't believe that is set number 13 is not ominous. And then he said that okay, he didn't provide sector 13 in Chandigarh, so maybe all other sector, but for Indians naturally 13 is a very good number, very lucky number. Why it is lucky? Because all our festivals fall on 13. Maybe 13 January, 13 February, and then 13 April is Dashan. So for it, I think it should have been provided, but then because he was French architect, he didn't give the sector 13. Even plantation of trees, like if a road is running east-west, and then you have to plant trees. Now, which side of the tree? We want to minimize the number of trees again, but again, we should give shades to the road, the people who are walking on the roadside. So naturally, we thought of providing the trees on the southern side. The reason was, nature. We have to take advantage of the nature. Now the sun moves from east to west via south. One should know that. So naturally, there will be any house or any road, any tree, you have to provide shielded from the south side. The southern side is always hot. So northern side, if you are having a house, that will be always good. So that's why you can provide trees very safely on the southern side of the road, so an east-west road, So that is another type of thing, provided. And then he said, like Secretariat and High Court and all these provided in the capital complex. That one, Uttar Marg, Northern Avenue, when you say, and he believed that if a person moves with a car or vehicle at a speed of about 50, 60 kilometers per hour, and then he looks to the left side, that is from west to east is moving, looks to the left side, the Secretariat is appearing like coming out of the hills, because backside there are hills. So and he provided perpendicular to this one to the hills, so that the view of the hills is not prohibited. So that type of arrangement, all type of thing. Okay, so leisure valleys and all these things. So that is how the Chandigarh typically was provided, and sector wise. And then again the sector, like started with the sector number 1 to 6, on the where all the ministers' houses were there, and the next row will be then again 12, then like that. The sum of the two sectors will always be divisible by 13. That was another thing provided by them. So I mean, he didn't provide 13 number sector, but then he saw to it that the these two sectors facing, the sum of these two sectors must be divisible by 13, like 9 4, 10 13, 11 2, like that. All these will be divisible. Even further also, up to at least the first phase of this one, up to sector 47. I mean, this sort of holds good. Any question? No. Okay. So this type of, all the provisions are made in in Chandigarh. Now you see the map of Chandigarh. Okay. So the on the northwestern side is the Patiali Rock, with Cedar River flow and Nala flow that side. And then he created an artificial lake, uh, man-made lake type on the left-hand side. And by the side we provided the governor's house and all that, and then all the expansion of the city will take place to the southern. And then that's why, because this was the capital of two states actually, and any state would like to lay a claim on this one. So that's why they were trying to, because they were not getting, no state was getting their own portion developing into like Panchkula and the southern side, Mohali, and this became extension of the city, but then the same pattern was. East west and north south, there are two entry points of any other place. This is also a curved type of road. These both of those are curved. Why? Because one of it okay, so no, this road this is a slow moving road, and it's all the shops will be located onto the south of this road always. So this is another easy way to remember this one. And then see, and then why they should be located to the south, because they will be facing north. South will be hot, north will be again, I mean, a cool type of thing. So that's the thing. All the houses will be, all the shops will be provided on the southern side of this road, typically, and that's why they will be facing north and being cool and like that. So that's again law of nature one he has used for providing this type of facility. And this is again the leisure valleys through which all the walkways, bicycle tracks, and all that will be. And we are just moving in on bicycle in a leisure valley and a green and nice clean. Okay, the low-lying area is made into leisure valleys. That type of thing is provided. Okay. And then see this sector and automatically divided into four parts. Sector A, B, C. A, B, C, D, section of the sector will be having a population about 1,000. So 4,000. That was supposed to be the size of the population of this. Okay, and then every sector, the housing which I said will be very much controlled. Construction, name control, front control, height control. You cannot have a house more than 2.5 stories. That type of provision is made, and that is really being enforced. No violation so far. And that's a good thing. In any city in India, other city, they cannot control. Enforcement is very poor. So here at least they are controlling all these laws, the bylaws of the city. They are being controlled by them, and that's another good thing one can think of. So the further details, actually, when we say talk of sector, V1 comes from outside the city, like from National Highway 1, from Ambala and other side, right? And that is when it enters the city, it becomes V2, line 2. That is major road of that. V3 will be the road around the sector. That is again a fast road. V4 and V5 these are the two roads which are intersecting the sector. Major two roads. So that is and then V6 will be the road which is just reaching the home, housing. That will be the last, and dead end road, mostly dead end road. And further, the V7 will be the bicycle and the leisure. So these are 7 different types of roads provided in Chandigarh. Another view of the sector 17 is provided as the city center or downtown, where there are so far there have been no housing, only the offices, banks, and shopping and all that. All these. I don't know whether they have started housing also in this sector. Not so far it appears, because this was the plan that there will not be any house in this sector, which is the city center, and also even bus stand and everything that will be there. Okay, so whatever there, this is a good planning, very nice planning, because that's why it is called so far the city beautiful. Okay, in the world, actually world scene, it's called the city beautiful, because and particularly because this plan is good and nature, this thing has been taken into account, and they are being reinforced. Enforcement is that credit to the city for that day. What they are lacking at the moment, actually 25 years back I came when some lady was the commissioner. So I gave a talk here, I think, or someplace, or Institute of Engineers, and I was telling that from all angles it's very fine, but because you have not provided a public transportation properly. It is there, bus service is there, but it is not based upon the demand. Demand based routing and scheduling of the public transport system, and no, of course, metro also should have been provided, and at some major junction the flyover. That sort of plan I suggested and came in the paper that time. Okay, but then they forget. I mean that nothing was there. Even now also they have been thinking. I mean, many students from PEC, they come to me for internship. Then I tell them, okay, why don't you think of taking the project like on Chandigarh Metro, or routing and scheduling of bus service in the Chandigarh? They take it up. Then again, who will implement? So that type of thing is required. Because of this illogical planning for the bus routes and public transportation system, not many private vehicles sprung up. Two wheelers earlier, and four-wheelers will now. So all these have been, then that's why it has become now congested sometime. It takes a lot of time. Reaching airport becomes very difficult. I mean, all that type of things. I think what they need to do is they must plan for at the earliest, the public transportation system, actually they should provide actually for facilities for three different types of modes, which are called sustainable modes. What are the sustainable modes? Walking, bicycle, and public transport. And they should be well integrated. Like we are planning for, we have prepared master plan for Mumbai Metro. That is 146.5 kilometers of metro in Mumbai, and in three phases. And each phase there are three lines. Now these are slowly being implemented, metro, monorail, and all these things. And what was the premise for this, or basic principle of planning for the metro was that is no house will be more than a kilometer from the railway station, from the metro station. If that is so, it means almost the metro is coming to your house. And again, you provide a feeder system which should be sustainable mode. So city becomes really sustainable, no pollution, no like that. Okay, and electricity based type of metro planning, that also one should do that. So then when they are thinking of planning for metro here, they should think of providing, that is, they should take care of the sustainable mode, integrated multimodal mass transit system, that when from right from the that is a last mile connectivity particularly they have to bother about. Okay, so that sort of thing they have to provide, then only it will be possible to make the status of the city beautiful, it will remain, otherwise it will be a problem. Okay, so that's why one wants to think of. Another city I'm talking about is Nagpur. Nagpur actually is the winter capital of Maharashtra, and this was to be improved. So I was made a chairman of a committee to develop this as a project of our beautification, electrification, and widening of Nagpur city. So with the project manager and all that, we developed it in a nice way, and the report was lying there. See, the problem normally is that you develop the project fine, nice way, but then who will implement it? Then the reports lie, then dusting and all that. Okay, but luckily it so happened one very dynamic fellow, Dr. T. Chandrasekhar, who was the commissioner of in Mumbai, MMRDA, he was transferred there, and I knew him. And then he saw this report is lying. Why should not it be implemented? So that report was really implemented verbatim, and then the city I visited next time, total sea change, total transformation. City really becomes beautiful. So I think one can do that. If there's a will, one can do it. That is, and then of course, one should not forget, as I mentioned, that enforcement is proper here. But then he was also made commissioner of Thane. Okay, so what he did was roads were narrow because encroachments and all that. In one night, maybe Friday night, I think he passed the order. All the roads will be widened to full DP width, and all the projection, the encroachments he removed overnight, so that nobody will go to the court even Saturday, Sunday closed. Okay, and then all the roads became very wide overnight. So that type of thing he was, the person he was. Okay. Similarly, Mr. K.S. Rao, he was in Surat again after the flood and havoc and all that. He again widened the same way. So then, but afterward, when he moved to, I think, Nagpur, then everything came back to the same. It means enforcement. Somebody should continue to enforce, otherwise it comes to the same status. So that type of thing. So Nagpur became, which otherwise called Orange City, okay, and Green City of India again, because then I think when with this, Dr. T. Chandrasekhar, when he implemented this thing, it really became a beautiful city, really green city and beautiful city after the plan was implemented. Now this is Nagpur and all that. So everywhere you find any city, you must have a river. That then becomes, because water supply, that is one. Otherwise also tourist attraction and all these things, they become city. Okay. So, and then of course maybe Japanese have developed garden, Ambani has developed garden. So that we again added to the thing, and then it became really a good city. Thane, I said, I already told, I think I need not tell. Okay. Clean city, the award also he got it when he widened this thing, all the road. Dr. T. Chandrasekhar, then city got the award from HUDCO, a clean city and like that. And bioremediation process of cleaning two main lakes. Lakes also were cleaned and all that time. But the only problem was that afterward, when he left, again everything came to the normal or increase. So that was another problem. So this is basically. They have been thinking of planning for conceptual metro city in the beginning of time, but the plan was prepared by MSRDC and but then finally it was marketed also, but no takers. That's why it's still there. And I know somebody said and will come and implement it metro within ring metro type of thing within this one, and of course main station is already there. Okay. Because this was the starting point for railways in India. Thane to Java, and they started first 1853. Okay, 16 April. So that was the first city. And then they were, and it is a metro mean maybe about 20 lakh population, more than that. So one should try to improve on that is circulation, particularly in the cities, because that is a major problem. Even sometime cities have become so congested that even if you have a car or anything, you will not feel like taking it out. That has become a problem. So one has to make the movement proper. I'm not saying for cars, I'm saying for sustainable modes. Movement of people, not of the vehicle, not for car. Okay, only buses, metros, trains like that, and bicycle and walking. These should be encouraged, which are called sustainable mode. I think in your jargon that will be. I didn't know that. Okay, that's good. No, roadside amenities one should provide. I think. Are you clear about the roadside amenities? That is, for beautification purpose of any city, you have to provide very good natural things like flowering trees, flower beds, benches, umbrellas, maybe fruit trees better, and all through the city. And then this should be barricaded that the vehicle should not go to the foot onto the footpath, and there could create problem like that. So movement of passenger should be encouraged and very lively, nice, green and clean environment through leisure valleys as we are having in Chandigarh. So and that should be encouraged, and the movement of cars, particularly unsustainable modes, that should be discouraged. There are lot many other type of movement restriction of the movement of the vehicles can be taking place. So all this I am giving further. The footpaths and all that sidewalk I already explained. So these are the type of cross section of the road. Urban road typically one should provide. One can improve further, which facilities I have added. Footpath, if instead of 1.5 meter, it could be further maybe 2-3 meters. Okay, so that all the flowering trees and this and that, benches and all these things you can provide on the roadside. So life becomes a very nice. So arboriculture, which I have been telling quite some again and again, so that landscape of the city becomes very nice. Roadside you have to improve upon and like that. So these are the measures I'm just indicating. One can think of this. Copy of this will be available. Maybe you can get it through the center, and then you can enjoy later. Of course, it's okay. Planning of shrubs and all that. Say why, particularly when you are moving on the road, and even if it is divided, the divider should have the shrubs and all that. I mean, of course, colorful, and then it should not be 1.2 meter that the headlight. It should be above that, so that you can't see the glare on the from the other side. So that's another thing one should provide, so that the movement is not. I mean, otherwise there's a fear of getting striking the median itself. Okay, that type of thing. So these some of the principles I already explained for the landscaping, again of the typical cross section of the urban road with footpath and landscaping and all that, with the trees on either side. I think we can, one has to do innovation. Every step you must take should be an innovative step. So that what is one should ensure. Like we were doing a planning for master planning for SVNRT Surat. So I was the convener or the chairman for this purpose. Actually, they didn't have the master plan. They called us for the on the planning board, some media center, library, PG hostel, girls hostel like that, and they to be planned. Then okay, then we asked, do you have master plan? No, we don't have. Then first we will prepare master plan. We started preparing master plan. We asked for the 25 years requirement of all the department, and then accordingly we will put them together and interrelating like that. Okay. Then we found that there are many, very many low-lying areas in the campus where the water will be flooding, mosquitoes will be their problem. No, you have to use some your ingenuity or some new method or maybe something like that. So what we did was you develop these low-lying area into some fountain, then provide on either all the side, that is a flowering, flower beds and all that, benches all around, shelters, that is a umbrellas. It becomes a beautiful place to sit. This was in the students hostel area, and they will enjoy. Earlier it was mosquito breeding thing. So one has to see the a very innovative way you have to do this thing so that beautification can be done. Okay. Always there's a problem of where from the money will come. For any good proposal, there is no dearth of money at all. I tell you, if a good proposal, no dearth of money at all. Other sometimes we surrender the money. We don't do proper planning and all that. I mean, this type of thing. So this is the thing I am telling, that anywhere you have to do innovative stuff. Otherwise, also for any like China and India. I mean, countries are telling us that China and India is going to be the future economic power of the world, isn't it? What are we doing towards that? We started planning for infrastructure in a very big way from the last 15-20 years, right? You see all the express highway, road, everywhere, flyovers, this and that, airports and everything. Why we invested in infrastructure? Because we knew that infrastructure development leads to economic development. And so we thought that we'll become economic power. We will become economic power in investing in infrastructure in a big way. Fine, very fine. But shall we become economic power by doing so? Not necessary. But when we will become, everyone, every engineer, everybody must do the innovation. Every step you take, you must take an innovative step. At least every engineer must do one innovation in life at least, so that for the sake of the country. So that is the thing. Innovation, innovation, and innovation. That only will help you for the becoming a superpower, economic power, whatever you're thinking. Otherwise, it's difficult. Even if you go on investing in infrastructure, it will be difficult. Yeah, this is some of the roads and all that. The Mumbai-Pune Expressway. Okay. So you think of a thing that comes. The Mumbai-Pune Expressway, we were asking loan from the World Bank. World Bank, and you know how much delay they say, okay, clear this thing, and so many things. Mr. R.C. Sinha was the managing director of MSRDC. He was really fed up. So much delay. I can't wait that much. Finally, what he said, hell with World Bank. We don't want loan from you. We'll do ourselves. And he did it. He could do that. With 108 litigations, slowly, and ultimately when he left, only 3-4 litigations were left out. How can you generate money for such a big project? You can develop a small township on one side, given the land, you can make money. That is the thing. Say, like, I had been to Dubai, and they called me for master planning for Dubai Metro. So in the municipal corporation hall, I'm sitting, all the sheikhs are sitting, they're asking. So I started with my presentation. Normally there's a dearth of money. So I said, okay, I'll tell you maybe some methods of raising funds for urban transportation infrastructure projects. When I started, I said, I thought I will tell them 13-14 methods of raising funds. They said, please sit down. When you ask a professor, please sit down like that, then I thought, what is wrong? Then I said, it means you are very rich people. No, we are not rich. Dubai people are telling. Then why did you stop me? So no, we respect you, we honor you like that. But then already we have given you the project. You have come with a company who are very well known in Saudi Arabia. We have already given you the civil engineering component of the metro. But then we will not give you a single pie. You have to raise money yourself. How will they raise money? We will not come in the way. If you are constructing 15-20 story above the station or below, we will not mind, but you justify how many stories you need. If we need more money, we'll ask, okay, 4 more stories and give that money to us. I mean, this is the way. And then they did it, and they maybe within 3-4 years they constructed all this. And one station, they went 18 meters below, 3 stories they constructed, covering an area of 30,000 square meters. And if you sell that 30,000 square meter, how much money? One station. I mean, you can see, why are we sleeping? Why India is sleeping like that? We can do, I mean, wonders. And below, when you go below the ground, no loss. As much land as you free of cost is available. That type of thing. I think you can go on. You have to stop a professor. Otherwise, there's no limit. Okay. Traffic management, I think, which we all the objectives and all these are there. Okay, one can learn from here all different components of the traffic management techniques. This is for enforcement, basically. Once you provide, you have to enforce it. Otherwise, again, we will be havoc without which. Circulation plan, definitely for sustainable mode, you have to provide a circulation plan proper. Okay. Traffic control signals and all that, you can design and properly provide wherever required, and as and when required. That is important. You delay mostly, that is the problem. Okay. And the ITS, Intelligent Transport System, I wish I could have shown you some examples of ITS, but then time is not that much. So, okay, for safety, security, whatever problems I say, many problems are solved when you are going for ITS. Okay, the cameras and CCTV and all that. Lights also intelligent. As you enter, or automatically lights will be there. Otherwise, no. Like this is the thing. So public transportation should be encouraged. Parking facilities should be provided, but minimum. Okay, I would say that movement should be there. If you are starting from your home in a public transport with a feeder system, last mile connectivity, why you need a vehicle even? But it should be comfortable. The level of service should be really superb. Let's give something very nice to the like metro, very air conditioned, sitting and all that. That type of thing we have to give. All these are the facilities. I think parking demand, traffic control devices, road sign. These are basically all the traffic type of variable message sign. See, anytime disaster occurs in the city, you should have 30-40 VMS in the city, immediately conveying the message, this road is blocked and this and that, and they should take the other route like that. That sort of thing is also required. Okay, urban signs and all that, traffic signals, street lighting. Lighting should also never proper order. Lumens are whatever specified, always less than that. Spacing, parking management, I think these are some of the things, many major practices which are there. One should follow these for different types of the cities, different types of parking, traffic management practices. Okay, so that's one. This is the thing. I thought I could give something really very. I mean, the way whatever I learned, I could give in a small way. Of course, maybe sometime later when I come here, maybe I can give a very detailed planning for smart cities and sustainable infrastructure. Smart, beautiful, with sustainable infrastructure. That type of topic. If somebody is interested, I'm giving a talk after this in PEC. Maybe some if you're interested, I can give that. Okay. With that, I thank you very much. So this is a smart city when, but I'm not giving here. You already got it, is it? Everything. So maybe this is okay, fine. Okay, thank you very much. This was my pleasure to be here, and thank you, Dr. Sharma. So maybe